It is truly a majestic sight if you are lucky enough to see it for yourself. A bald eagle flying across Delmarva. This one soaring over the Blackwater Wildlife Refuge in Cambridge. Workers at the refuge say eagles like to perch in the forested habitat and they nest there in season.
And speaking of nesting, check out this eagle cam that's giving viewers a bird's eye view into eagles' lives. It's part of a program called Eagles for Kids. It allows students to get a real-time science lesson, especially when there are eggs in the nest. By the way, it takes about 35 to 37 days for an eagle egg to hatch.
And fortunately, it looks like more eagle eggs are hatching these days. That wasn't the case years ago when our country's national symbol found itself on the endangered species list.
Not only nationally, but here on Delmarva. So what can we credit for the rebound? Well, joining us today to tell us more is WBOC's Midshore Bureau Chief, Tyler Butler. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
This is great news because the eagle's making a comeback. The eagle is basically the key symbol for America.
Absolutely, and if you think about it, it's such an iconic bird, such an iconic symbol. It's instantly recognizable. This massive bird, the bald head, it's easy. I mean, you can be standing hundreds of feet away and you can tell what this is. Yeah, and it's such a, I've heard people describe it as such a noble creature. And, I mean, it really is.
It's a beautiful bird. So take us back. What was it that put the eagle on the endangered list in the first place?
Unfortunately, humans. Now, throughout the course of this story, we talked to a number of experts in the field who have spent their lives studying these bald eagles, and they say the reason behind their slip was actually a pesticide. And here's one of these experts now.
Pesticide, yeah. The pesticide DDT was responsible for essentially thins the eggshells for the bald eagles, so they weren't reproducing. It wouldn't kill the adult birds, but essentially prevent them from reproducing.
So DDT was banned, thus the eagle making a comeback.
Absolutely. The eggshells on these birds got thicker. They were able to reproduce more successfully. So the bird, along with some help with the endangered species list, has really recovered nicely.
So I mean, they count them now, right?
Absolutely, yeah. They go out to, Blackwater does this thing, they've done it every year since sometime in the mid-'80s, where they go out there and they just stand there for a day and count however many birds go by. And back when they first started, it was only they'd see 20 some a day. Now it's north of 200 in a day.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible.
Okay, so with this comeback, though, there are some problems, I guess, with habitat problems. Unexpected concerns is what they're calling them.
Absolutely. Eagles kind of like to live the same places that we like to live. They like to live down by the rivers. You'll actually see them in more urban settings, which is a little bit strange, but they like to be where we are, sort of coincidentally. And another issue is, since there are now so many of them, they're now getting into territorial disputes, which is something that they hardly ever saw before. So this is something, now we're sort of on the new I guess, frontier of this.
How about that? So did I hear something about a concern with hunters?
There is a concern about hunters, but to hear more about that, you're going to have to tune in tonight at 11
You enjoyed
on
that,
WBOC. A little bit, a little bit.
All right, we look forward to seeing Soaring to New Heights tonight on WBOC News at 11.
Tyler, thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Something else you're going to want to catch tonight. An all-star Grammy salute to Stevie Wonder. See what's on tap in this impressive lineup. But first, let's heat things up just a little bit on this cold winter day. Rachel Ray has a handy how-to tip for peppers.
Guys, I got a couple of tips for hot pepper lovers. First of all, whenever you're handling hot peppers, of course, you're not going to touch your eyes after you're done. You have to clean up thoroughly, but it'll make cleanup a little easier to coat your hands lightly with a little vegetable oil before you handle the peppers. When you're cooking with chili peppers of any kind, remember the heat lives in the ribs. So if you rip out the ribs and along with all of the seeds, you'll dial the heat level back on any chili pepper. Now you're hungry for guacamole, right?